sex workers?
Just to ask them why they were prostitutes, and I did write a little booklet after that. It was a challenging experience. So this is some of the things I did in the convent that pushed me to wanting to do things by myself. And when I went to the prison one day, I just gave my shoes to one prisoner, and the sisters didn't find it funny, you know, when I got back to the convent because of that vow of obedience. So within that time, I realized that if I could leave the convent, get married, I'll be able to do the things that I've done. So I am happy now that I'm married, and I've given so much in the UK that brought me to the award, and I'm definitely coming home to give as much as I can to my community. And this is why last week, or this week ending, I've been with the artists, Cameroon English-speaking musicians, and I've drilled them on social networking and promotion of their music. There's more to come, you know.
Okay, we have a message, but before we get to that, your reaction, Stanley?
Well, it's...
Somebody born a volunteer.
Yeah, somebody born not a volunteer, but somebody born maybe switching from a reverend sister to... it's really hard to believe sometimes, but we have to face the realities of life sometimes.
Maybe she's still going to tell us a little bit now. How did you decide?
Well...
Isn't it, Stanley?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to tell. How did you just decide? You know?
Yeah, I'm more than happy
to leave the nunnery.
Yes, I'm more than happy to do that because today I'm a proud person because I did that. You see, the thing about Cameroon is different from the UK where I've lived for the past 11 years. If people could let the young people just do what they want rather than going, oh, this is our daughter, you'll be a priest, you'll be a sister, you will be this, it will be very easy for the people to choose, and they will live a better life.
Okay.
I grew up in a community where I went to the sister school, and then my family is all of a sudden thinking, oh, this is a very good girl, she's going to be a sister. But it isn't that. You go somewhere, and you have to stop and think, what is it that you can do better? So why I left, like I said, was because I would like to do more things, and I've been given the opportunity to really do more things. So it's not about, the sisters are doing a fantastic job. Don't get me wrong here, okay? They are working hard, but it's a call, it's a vocation, and it has to come from God.
Okay.
But when it comes from family encouraging you and people, because when I left the convent, people spoke about me, you know. They spoke, and they said, she's a disgrace, she's whatsoever. There was a portion of people who encouraged me and said, if it is the will of God, go on for it. And I said, it's my life. At the end of the day, I'm going to live the life. So I don't have to be a sister because my family want me to be.
Sure.
I have to be who God wants me to be. And today I'm who he wants me to be. If I'm doing whatever today, I've made 3 lovely children.
Okay,
and I have adopted an orphan, and she's doing well. Melanie Hyacinta Senior is in the University of Boya, and she's my adopted child because I had 3 of my own, and I added 1. So if I had not left the convent, I'm sure Melanie wouldn't have had the life she has now, and she's so proud about it. So there are people out there, sometimes we get stories about sister, brother, and priest and stuff because they're not bold enough, you know, to say, okay, this is what I really want to do. And this is my story. I just wanted to go out there and do more things rather than, because I couldn't follow those vows.
Okay.
With my husband.
So the day you were leaving,
yeah.
Before leaving the convent,
yeah.
Were you having a husband?
No, I didn't. They called me after my beautiful experience in Kondengi, and the sister was from Madagascar, and she said to me, Vicky, congratulations, félicitations, you've done well, you've had this experience, and all the report is good about you. Now we confirm you to be accepted by Rome or France to be professed a sister of Christ. I was the first Cameroonian, you know, sister of Christ to be. But at that time, I had a sharp scratch in me. Like, it was like I was scared.
Okay.
So I said no. Well, I took time. I told them, sisters, I can't. I went to the market in Kongsamba to do shopping, and I couldn't. I was so worried. So I came back and called her back. And I said, sister, sorry, I'm not willing. I need to go. But I couldn't, because they love me so much. I couldn't say to the sisters, oh, let me go. I'm going for good. So all I said to them was, I'm going to go and reflect, because there's something has just pricked my mind, and I'm not feeling ready for this, so there must be something wrong. And they tried to convince me. Sisters were very, very upset, and some sisters cried, and I just had to go. So they tried to get the Bishop of Kongsamba to talk to me and to see if I could take some time in the retreat center, but I just wanted to go to my family. And interestingly, when I left Kongsamba to go to Kimbo, which is my town, I was actually scared to go home. So when I reached Bafoussam, I turned and came straight to Yaounde, because people talk about you when you leave the convent, you know. People really, it's hard for our people to accept it. But after Yaounde, I turned around Yaounde and went back to Kumbo and introduced my dad and my family bit by bit. I've left to reflect, then gradually went to the convent and told the sisters, look, I'm not going back. And then this was within that time that I was looking for a job in Yaounde that my husband actually proposed to me. My very handsome husband.
My God.
So
A handsome lady like Vicky, you know. So a matching halves. Thank you, Stanley. Your reaction. You got her story. Somebody who was in a convent and decided. It's not because she was sent away. It's not because she thought that, you know, like, no, she loved the world, but something told her, this is not your place. And she left. And she's not regretting it.
And today
she's still impacting lives.
Today she's in ITC.
Yeah, so what can you say about that?
Well, it's an experience. I think one thing in life is for you to know where you are from and where you are going to.
Sure.
It's not all about maybe somebody influencing you. I mean, I know the environment can influence people sometimes, but it shouldn't be all the times. You should first of all know who you are. That is why even within the Cisco curriculum, for example, we come to discover that there was an introduction of a new curriculum which we call Passport 21. Passport 21 is just to teach you how to manage yourself, how to know what you are capable of doing and how you can go about it. So it's all about entrepreneurship, it's all about knowing yourself, and it's all about making it happen for yourself. So I think these things are all in line.
Thank you very much. Vicky, there's a message here for you. I'm really relaxed watching your program. I'm enjoying it. I want to ask Vic, where does your charity end? Only in the UK?
It's a big no. Definitely not only in the UK. I'm graduating in September. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. But when I graduate in September, I'll probably work for a year, and then I'll set the ball rolling. But I will definitely do a lot back home in Cameroon. And I've actually worked out, I've done a website already, which is hidden somewhere. I don't want to publish it because I want to make money. Why do I have to make money on my own before I actually step ahead with my charity?
So for now, it's only in the UK, is that what you're saying?
For now, I've just done all this so much voluntary work, and I've actually done a lot back home to individuals, which I don't want to talk about because I like them to just relax and enjoy it.
Yeah, after all, the Bible says when the right does something, the left hand should not know
absolutely.
About it. Okay.
But my charity comes up in the year to come also, and it's not going to be office running or people. I'm going to actually do it myself. I've done a website and I'm working in the background because I put this on hold. When I finish my university, when I work for about a year, give my children time to grow a bit and talk more to my husband, I would like to travel, not just Cameroon, but other African countries. Because when you hear countries like Madagascar, which is a country where the sisters came from and helped me so much to form me as a sister before I left them, the struggling people there, even more than Cameroon are here, and other countries like maybe Burundi, where they've had war and so on. So, yes, my charity is coming, answer to the question, but it's definitely not just in the UK. I've done so much in the UK now. I will still continue to help in the UK, like doing all this voluntary work here and there. But I know that Africa needs me, and I can hear the cry of my brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
And I'm not sleeping.
There's another message, I think you answered it, but then when we come back from the transition, you're going to answer your question. We'll have about 3 messages there on red. Transition. welcome back. Like I said before, we had the transition there. We have some messages here. Vicky, probably you had answered this one, but maybe for the sake of this viewer, you'll do it again. Did you change your mind because you wanted to get married?
No. I changed my mind. Actually, when I changed my mind to leave the convent, my plan was to come back to Foyer de l'Espérance in Volière, where these Italian brothers were working with me.
Yeah, please, can you send us a text message? We cannot receive any call now, please. Send us text message, thank you. Yeah.
Okay? My plan was to come back to Foyer de l'Espérance and work with these street children and prisoners and get a salary. And I was planning to use that salary to help the people because like I said, I always have that feeling that I need to do something to help. But when I came back to the brother of the Jesuit priest, the opportunity was not there for me to work. Then I went around Yaounde for about a couple of weeks really looking for a job. And within that time, my husband called me from the UK and proposed.
You knew him before?
Yes.
Okay.
He was my childhood friend.
So how did he know that you left that place?
It's very interesting though. My husband was a childhood friend. Our parents were very good friends. Like we grew up like one family really. But he was out there in the UK and heard from his brother. Because when I left, I went to the brother's house because the brother's wife is my best friend. And I whispered to her, you always have a friend to whisper, say, look, I've left the convent. Little did I know I was talking to somebody who had actually spoken to someone who wanted to get married to me. My husband has been saying, if I could get Vicky out of the convent, I'll marry her. But I didn't know this. So when I made this story to my sister-in-law at the moment, that time, and she then...
Your then friend.
My then friend, yes, that's the word actually. So she sent a message to my husband saying, oh, Vicky came actually, she said she's left the convent. I still had my little dress, you know, because I didn't want to disclose to everybody that had left. So, but I gave this my friend all my details in Yaounde, and I was staying in Bonamosadi. I was hiding because people were talking too much about me. So I was hiding with a friend in her minicité.